What's up, world? It's your boy Double O coming at you live from Atlanta, Georgia. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope you're having a great week. It's Manic Monday. Hope everybody's doing good, though. You know, most times the stigma associated with money is that there are tough days, but really, that's a stigma that I think we all need to really address and to break down. Lots of times, we get caught up in the ways of the world. We get swept away by, the propaganda and the nonsense that people put out there. But, every day really could be a great day. It just depends on how you view it. And I know, some things happen in life that are tough on us. But at the same time, adjusting your focus and your outlook on life really does help you to cope with things and really, you can always see the brighter side of everything. Tonight is day 85, right? It's day number 85 in the series, and it's the home stretch. And I'm really humbled by the responses that I've gotten from a lot of you, and I want to thank you all for tuning in. Those of you who are tuning in for the first time, this is a 90-day series that I started 3 months ago, and we're wrapping it up within the next 5 days. But when I say wrapping it up, I mean I'm gonna go to the next series, so to speak. Tonight I want to talk about work. Work is the remedy for all problems. And someone may smirk at that, or they may think that that is a figure of speech. But really, work is a remedy for all problems. And many times, as we begin to work, problems work themselves out. And so we must learn to do or become accustomed to doing more than we're paid for. That's a principle that's in the Laws of Success that was delivered by Napoleon Hill many, many years ago. And he said, above all of the laws of success that he wrote, doing more than you get paid for is the one that he probably would put at the top of the list. And then, I pondered that for many years because I read it when I was much younger. And I didn't really grasp a hold of that concept at the time. But over the years, as I began to move around in corporate America and owning my own businesses and running up against issues and problems, I found that, doing more than you get paid for gets you favor in many institutions and many places of business that you do work in. So that's something that I want us to really contemplate. Do more than you get paid for. Any job that you have, if you're working and you're earning a wage or a salary or whatever the case may be, adapt the attitude that I'm going to do more than I get paid for every day when I come to work. I'm not going to shirk my duty. I'm going to do more than I get paid for. The reason I say that is because you never know who's watching you. You never know who you're going to befriend, who is going to take a hold of that principle that they get from you, or that inspiration that they get from you, from watching you, from listening to you. You're always going to have the naysayers in every business, and you're going to have your dream killers and people who will try and shoot you down or call you names or talk about you because you're doing more than you're getting paid to do. They'll call you kiss up, they'll call you all types of stuff. But, the real thing is a lot of them are afraid to really step out and pursue their dreams. And really a big part of you pursuing your dreams and becoming a successful person, you must learn to do more than you get paid for. One thing I like to bring to people's attention about me being in the music industry, I work in this current business that I'm in right now for almost 10 years without earning a profit, without really earning any money at all. But I work for free for various artists, and I did things for them that companies that people pay companies to do, as far as marketing and creating a image for them and doing just lots and lots of different things. But I did that not only to prove to myself that I can do it, but I also want to prove to them that I want to earn their business. And I think I went above and beyond the call of duty on everything that I've done to earn their business, to earn their trust. And also for me to learn the ins and outs of the business and the the snares and the pitfalls and the things that many people fall into because they don't take the time to really learn. So I knew what my goal was, and my desire was to become a mogul in the music business. And I thank God that I am on my way to that, to reaching that goal. Um, we must again, we must not, or we must learn to fight with those, or fight to remain positive in all situations, and positive and hopeful. Because a lot of times I've been in situations, and I'm speaking from personal experience tonight because we're getting to that ending point in this series. But I want you to understand that everything that I've delivered to you, I've lived, I've been through it. I've been on the bottom of the barrel. I have been there and went through things that I'm an educated person, and I thank God for being able to go to college and a football scholarship, and being able to be around, to pledge a fraternity, the greatest fraternity in the world. That's a great shout out to the Bros, Rue. I got to throw that in. And to be around those men who taught me many, many lessons and many, many things about life, that helped me to really persevere through all of the hardships that I went through. I thank God that I came through in an era in our fraternity where we had to pledge, and we were on top. We walked across the yard in lines, and we all had to dress the same. And we were put through many, many trials and tribulations to prove our worthiness to the frat. And it really molded my mind in such a way that it helped me overcome a lot of things as I began to grow up and grow older. We must learn to adapt in good times and adapt when the winds of change blow in our lives. Because a lot of times, the winds of change blow and we panic. When you really think about it, if you step back and you plan and you do the things that you need to do to make it through those times where times are tough, you really can salvage a lot of your life and not, become the victim of life, but use those situations to propel you to higher heights. You will notice that many times when the economy changes and things start to go awry in the world, those who are wealthy, or those who have money, or those who are learned in the ways of money, who have learned the laws of money, they don't panic. They just move things around to adjust to that situation. And we all must learn this. We must learn, how to handle. And most time it boils down to finances, because when we're doing great financially, we're on top of the world. And when things get a little rocky, we get depressed and go through changes. But, if we really would obey the laws of money all the time, the laws don't change. It's like gravity. The laws of gravity never change. One day you wake up, you're not floating around because the laws don't change. And the same thing with money. The laws of money don't change. It's just the winds of time or the winds of change blow, and then certain situations change. But if we understood the laws of money, we would always be even keeled. We must fight with those things that fight against us. And when I say that, I'm talking about the interior enemies that we have, the internal enemies that we have, that we must fight against every day. That negative mind that stands up and says you can't do it, or that mind that says, the fear jumps in on you and you panic, or things of that nature. We have to learn to fight those things with all that we have. We have to fight the external forces as well as those people who are saying things to us that are designed to really dampen our spirits and kill our dreams. You have to toughen up. You have to toughen your skin and bear down and say, I know what I'm doing. I plan the course. I'm steady the course, and I'm going to keep moving forward. We must not allow people to give us their burdens when it's theirs to bear. You have to. We must learn to help people, but at the same time, when we see people are frivolous with various things, the best way to help people who don't understand the laws of money is to teach them the laws of money and to help them work their way out of it by giving them guidance and teaching. If you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. If you teach him how to fish, you feed him forever. And that's very important. That really applies to everything that we do. And even I have fallen victim to that in the past. So I'm not telling you something that somebody told me. These are things that I've lived through. So I know that, when someone just handed me a bone, it healed me for right then, or helped me at that particular time. But, the problem resurfaced, and I had to learn the laws of money so that I didn't go back through those same problems again. And that's how we help people, is we teach them, okay, this is how you have to handle this. And then once you teach them the laws of money, you sit back and see if they've learned them. Because people will say, yeah, I've heard that lots of times, but until you start to apply it to your life, you haven't learned it. If you want to prove to me that you've learned something, then show me. Live the creed, live your creed. We must learn to master money so that it doesn't master us. And, you hear a lot of people talking about, money is the root of all evil. That is a lie. It's the love of money that is the root of all evil. And we must learn to really master money. If you learn to master it, it can never master you. And what I mean by that is, if you learn how to apply the laws of money in all situations and you become responsible with it, you teach your children to be responsible with it, you can have all the money in the world, you can have all the riches and all the wealth in the world, as long as you learn to master it and not let it master you. If we teach our children these rules of money, we can end poverty and we can end want throughout the world. Somebody asked me yesterday, said, how can you make a bold statement about ending poverty? Well, this is what I do know for a fact, that if every person learns these laws of money and practice them on a daily and consistent basis, there will be no poor people in the world. Think about that. No matter how much money they earn, or how less of money they earn, there will be no poor people in the world if they learn how to master the laws of money. That is a factual statement, ladies and gentlemen. Take it to the bank. If you start today practicing these laws right now, daily and consistent basis for the rest of your life, you will prove that there will be no poverty in the world. You could prove it. Guaranteed. Okay? So we must really, really learn these things. We must learn to apply the laws of money. Learn to do more than we get paid for. Fight to remain positive and hopeful in all situations, because there's always a way out. We must learn to adapt in good times and learn to adapt to the winds of change when they blow in our lives in times of change. And we must learn to fight with those things that fight with us, those internal enemies, even the external ones that are out there. You learn to fight with them by keeping a positive mental attitude all the time. No matter what, you are always master of your fate, captain of your soul. Remember that. So remember that you have to control your emotions. You are in control of your emotions, not anyone else, and handle that in all times. And again, don't allow other people to give you their burdens. You must learn how to teach that person to do for themselves. If you teach a man or a woman or your children how to do for self, they would never ever want again in life, and you will have given them the best gift ever. Okay. So with that, thank you very much for listening. Tomorrow and the next day, we're going to talk about 401ks. We're going to talk about taxes a little bit and a few other things. But I want us to pick that book up, the Richest Man in Babylon. Read it, commit it to memory. Start practicing the principles that are laid down in that book today. And I'm telling you, with those principles, we can end poverty in the world. We can end want in the world. We can help the world become a better place. I'll guarantee it. So with that, thank you again for tuning in. This is day number 85. I'm Double O. Peace. One love.